Hi, it's Jan Malone, your dementia mentor, and today I want to talk about the human brain and also how it relates to dementia. So the human brain is estimated to have 100 billion neurons or cells. A normal healthy brain weighs approximately 3 pounds. Someone with dementia, that brain is shrinking every day and by time of death is probably less than 1 pound. In a healthy brain, there's an electrical and chemical component which is needed for the brain to function. And someone with dementia, those electrical and chemical components are beginning to be compromised. Let's first talk about the frontal lobe as shown here in red. The frontal lobe is responsible for planning and organizing. This may be one of your first aha moments of someone with dementia. Let's take the mom who's always had dinner on the table. All of a sudden it becomes very complicated for her to be able to put a meal on the table, organize what she's supposed to have, and be able to plan for how many people are going to be eating that night. Problem solving. So again, we'll use that same example. She's planned dinner for 2 people, but there's 4 people that eat there every day. How is she going to fix that? Unfortunately, if she has the beginnings of dementia, she may not know how to fix that problem. It's also responsible for your memory, both short-term and long-term. What you may find is that short-term memory is gone. They can't remember what they had for breakfast 10 minutes after eating. But long-term memory is there. They can remember things that happened in their childhood. And that often stays for a long time within this disease. Impulse control. I'm mad. I'm going to hit you. Well, we know that that's not an appropriate response. And somebody who's never acted like that and you start to see weird behaviors, that may be another red flag. Decision making, good decision making. Maybe you've started watching QVC and you have become very impulsive on making many purchases a day on the shopping network. It also is responsible for controlling our behaviors and emotions. So someone who was normally a very happy-go-lucky person may now be very angry, they may be sad, and as we talked about the hitting, those behavioral issues can be both physical and verbal. Next, let's take a look at the temporal lobe, shown here in green. The temporal lobe is responsible for recognizing and processing sound. So when you hear the telephone ring, you know it's the telephone ringing. You're able to process that sound. When you pick up the phone, you're able to understand the person saying, "Hi, Mom, it's me, Jan." And then you're able to produce speech back that says, "Hi, Jan, how are you doing today?" It's also responsible for your visual memories. So think about somebody who's very important to you in your life. You don't need a physical picture. You should be able to pull that up within your temporal lobe and be able to see that visual image in your mind. Next, we'll talk about the occipital lobe, shown here in the mustard color. It's responsible for receiving and processing visual information. I'm driving my car. I see brake lights go on. I know that those brake lights are red, and I know red means to stop. That is visual information. So it also contains areas that help us perceive shapes and colors. So we see that hexagon red sign, and you all know that I am talking about a stop sign. Next, we're going to talk about the brain stem. Our brain stem is responsible for our breathing, our heart rate, our blood pressure, and our swallowing. This is our major lifeline right here. Our cerebellum is responsible for us having balance, so we're not falling. Our movement, being able to walk, jump, stand. Our coordination, so that we don't fall over. The ability to stand upright, sit down, and to be able to move around. Next, we're going to talk about the hippocampus. And in this picture, it's circled in the red. So the hippocampus helps us develop new memories. And any memories that we make have to pass through the hippocampus to be stored in the long-term memory bank. The hippocampus on the left side has a greater function in memory and language than the one on the right side. I hope you enjoyed today's educational moment. Please check back next week for information about the different forms of dementia. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and share my video with your friends and family. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. Have a great day.